So how do you calculate a mass percent as a concentration? So there are many different ways to calculate or represent the concentration of a solution, and one of those is called the mass percent. Mass percent, which we're going to call m/m, is equal to the mass of the solute, and that's typically in grams, divided by the mass of the solution. And that's also typically in grams. And then times 100. And this would give you what's called the mass percent, or what percentage of the solute is there of the entire solution. So let's go ahead and work through an example here of how to calculate mass percent. Here in this example, it asks what is the mass percent of MgCl2 in a solution prepared by dissolving 1.8 grams of MgCl2 in 18.5 grams of H2O. So the first thing that we're going to need to calculate our mass percent is going to be the mass of the solute. When we look at this problem, we need to figure out what the solute is. And so we can see that we've dissolved 1.8 grams of MgCl2 in 18.5 grams of H2O. And so in this case, the MgCl2 is going to be our solute. So we're going to have 1.8 grams of MgCl2 divided by the mass of our solution, which is going to be the mass of our solute and the mass of our solvent added together. And so we're going to have 1.8 grams of MgCl2 plus 18.5 grams of H2O, and then we're going to multiply this by 100. Now, it can be confusing at times. Sometimes people will just want to put the mass of the solvent on the bottom. People would be tempted to simply put 18.5 grams of H2O. But remember that for mass percent, it's always the mass of the solution, which is the entire thing. And so you would do the mass of the solute, 1.8, plus the mass of the solvent, which is 18.5, on the bottom of this equation. And when you do this math out, you're going to be left with 8.9% by mass of MgCl2. So this was just a quick example of how to calculate a mass percent, and I'm hoping that it will be helpful for you as you're studying chemistry.